What's up, everybody? It's Trip. Is that even centered? Yeah, that's right. Maybe I'm just crazy. What's up, everybody? It's Trip with Sailing and Such here on YouTube, and in this video, I'm gonna go over the pros and cons and kind of compare and contrast a hammock versus a tent. Can you see one pro and con right now? One of the main reasons people choose a hammock over a tent is they can just get so much more comfortable in a tent. I mean a hammock, I'm sorry. Once you find your sweet spot in a hammock and get it adjusted just right, it's like heaven, I'm telling you. You're just floating on air. Hammocks are great in hot weather because you have all this airflow under you. You can just stay so much cooler than in a hot, stuffy tent. You don't have the tent around you to block the breeze and stuff. You just get full effect. It's hot in here, okay? It's hot. The sun coming through is baking me like a potato. Because a lot of times when it's not raining or anything, I won't even use a tarp. It'll just be open and I'll just sleep out under the stars and just, I feel the breeze and see the trees, and oh, it is great, folks. I'm telling you, it's great. Gotta love that view. Just so beautiful at night. You can't see no stars and no tent. I think the cat's messing with my tent. Actually, I don't know, I can't tell. I hope it's a cat and not Bigfoot. I can't see what's outside of my tent at night. One of the next biggest reasons for me is the fact that I'm in the air and not on the ground. There's just so many pros and cons of that. You don't have to worry about finding a good level campsite that doesn't have a lot of roots or rocks or sticks that you have to move, or sand or mud or whatever. All you have to find with a hammock is just 2 trees. And you're gonna be laying level, or you're gonna be laying the same every time. You know, if you have uneven ground or holes or something, trust me, I've spent many nights in tents, just slept uncomfortably, and switched to a hammock and never looked back, folks. Oh, this hard ground is so comfortable. Oh. Oh. Another great thing about a hammock is you don't have to worry about the mud and sand getting all in your tent. I do a lot of camping on the beach or on a riverbank when I do my kayak camping, and just in a tent, just sand would just get everywhere and all over my gear, and then I'd be in there hot and sweaty and sticky and sand getting all over me, and just, it's a mess. Oh, get the dirt off my feet. You can try and try, but you're still gonna get junk all in your tent. You don't have to worry about bugs getting on you as much, because I remember being like backpacking and there being just like ants crawling in my tent. There's almost, you know, it's almost impossible to keep them all out. Even if you just keep your tent zipped up, they're gonna get in there somehow. In a tent, you have to worry about wild animals sneaking in on you in the night. Another great thing about a hammock is you have this awesome tarp. Now the tarp just has a lot of advantages to me. For one, if it's hot and rainy, you're not kept up in a little sauna, right? What if it's raining whenever you arrive to camp? Then you're gonna set up your tent in the rain, and a lot of times the inside of the tent gets wet while you're setting it up, and of course you get soaked while you're setting it up. But if you have a tarp, you can set the tarp up first, then put all your gear and everything under the tarp out of the rain to set it up, and just, you stay dry. Where am I gonna put all my gear? Under a tarp, there's so much space for all my junk. In a case when it is raining, what if it's raining all day? I'd much rather wait out a storm under a tarp than in a tent, right? There's so much more room, you can move around, you can still work, you can still cook. It's just a lot better suited. Who wants to sit in here and wait out the rain? On a hot day, no one wants to go and hang out inside the tent. But on a hot sunny day, under a tarp may not be a bad place to be, right? You still get a breeze and some shade, so it's fantastic. Whenever it's time to pack up, all you have to worry about that's gonna be wet is your tarp. That's really not much to worry about versus a tent. You're also gonna have more headroom under a tarp. It all depends on how you pitch it. You can pitch this a lot higher, or sometimes I even pitch it with one side up and make like a huge lean-to, and it's just so convenient. If the weather's gonna be nice, you can do that, and you can just experience all kind of views and stuff that you just don't get in a tent. In a tent, all you see are the sidewalls, but in a tarp, you can see what's around you. I'm just cooped up in here. I can't see anything. I can't enjoy what I came here to enjoy, and that's the beauty of the outdoors, right? See, it's great when you can just fold the tarp back, or not put it up at all, or set it up in more of a lean-to type configuration. Something else about a hammock is you only have to bring what you need. So if it's summertime, like I usually don't even bring a blanket. Sometimes I'll bring like a very light blanket, but sometimes I won't even bring anything. So all I have is my tarp and my hammock and maybe a bug net. With a tent, you're always going to have to bring, of course, the tent, like the hammock and the tarp, but you're always going to have to bring some sort of ground pad, whether it be one that you blow up or a foam pad. In terms of packability, I think the hammock setup has advantages. In general, the hammock is probably going to be a little bit smaller than your tent. Now, this is a Tarp tent contrail, which is a very small, very minimalist tent. So most of your average tents are going to be a good bit larger than this. Here I have my tarp, then I've got my hammock, my bug net, and my tree straps in this bag. But where the real advantage is just packability, because instead of having one large bag, you have two smaller bags, especially whenever you're in a kayak or a backpack. These can be, put in small nooks and crannies. This hammock and tarp, I actually sewed it myself. I bought the fabric offline and just bought it all, bought the line offline. This is AM steel. So with a hammock, it's easy to DIY all your own gear. And you can save a lot of money doing it that way. And you can make exactly what you need. Plus, you can take your hammock anywhere. If you're going tailgating to a ball game, or just hanging out in the backyard, or going wherever, you can hang it in the house. Because I promise you, when you get in this hammock and you find your sweet spot and it's super comfortable, you're gonna want to sleep here more than you want to sleep in your bed. So you can hang it in the house. Give it a shot. Really learn how to hang it correctly, because there's a lot of people out there who I see who don't hang their hammock correctly. You really want to get your sag right, and if there's just a right way to do it to get the optimal comfort. And once you find that spot, I'm telling you, it's great, okay? And you're gonna love it even more than a tent. And once you fall in love with your hammock, you're gonna be sure that everywhere you go has trees. Because I go to the beach a lot, and a lot of times there's not trees. I always say, okay, one of the prerequisites for my campsite is it must have trees, because I want to bring my hammock, okay? I don't want to sleep on the ground. Well, folks, that's my take on a hammock versus a tent. I really think just the hammock is the way to go, but you do have to give it a try. Sometimes there's a learning curve. Sometimes you get in it and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. Sometimes you get in it and you have to tweak it a little bit to find that sweet spot, but you find it and you're done, folks, and you're good to go forever to sleep the nights away. Instead of being the first guy awake at camp and being the first one out there starting the fire at 4 in the morning, you're the one who's sleeping in and everybody has to wake up because you're sleeping so great. And you wake up feeling refreshed. A lot of times after a camping trip, some people may come home just drained and more tired than they were when they started. When you go in a hammock, you get better sleep than you get at home. Okay, so you're not drained. You come back feeling refreshed. You get that real rejuvenation, that real recharge when you go out into the outdoors, which is what you really do it for anyway, right? Well, that's part of it. You want to go out there and just recharge the old batteries, baby. You can recharge in one of these hammocks. And also, one thing I like to do is, like, during the day, if I work at the fire station, if I don't sleep good at night, I may come out here and set up the hammock and take a good nap, right? I'm telling you, there's nothing else like it. Get yourselves a hammock, folks. Oh, I forgot to mention, it's a great place to sit during the day. Yeah, during the day you can lounge here. During the day you're not going to lounge in a tent. No one's going to go crawl in the tent. But during the day, you can just sit here, chill by the fire, hang out. It's a great seat if you don't already bring one as it is. So, get yourselves a hammock, folks. All right, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed all my points of view. And yeah, maybe this is kind of a tent bashing video, I guess. I mean, it's not really. It's just my honest opinion. Like, I've tried both. Okay, before I knew any better, I was in the tent. But then I learned, I started doing research and learned, and I said, okay, the hammock is where it's at. And that's where I am, and that's where I'm going to stay, folks. You do hear stories about people who try hammocks and they can never get comfortable, and they go back to a tent. But I promise you, there's a lot more people who switch from tents to hammocks and never go back than there are who switch from tents to hammocks and back to tents. I promise you, a lot more. Hey, thank y'all for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel because there's more. I do a lot of kayak camping, which is so much fun, and I make things interesting, right? I make things enjoyable. It's entertainment and a little bit of education at the same time, and I just go do crazy stuff. I'm that crazy kayak guy, okay? So hey, check it out, Sailing and Such, sailingandsuch.com if you want to support the channel. Check out my Patreon. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next adventure. Get out there. Oh yeah, you can get a free sticker. I give away free stickers. Go to sailingandsuch.com, get yourself a free Get Out There sticker. All right, take care of yourselves, and God bless.